What's up? Welcome to the stream, guys. Happy Power Hour. We made it through the day, and I tried my best to start right at 12, so I'm not even fully prepared, excuse me. And but yeah, Power Hour. Let's get to it. Got the music going already. Good vibes, good vibes. And we are looking again at the Renko chart mixed with a 15-second and the 500 tick chart paired with the super trend. And if we go and look over here, you can see the trends we drew yesterday actually are holding up. So broke out of the small downward channel that I drew that I almost didn't, but it does kind of give you a little bit of a better idea of how support builds right there. So you can see still in that general uptrend, building strength. So you know, we're kind of chopping around a little bit right now. Got the 15-second chart on the left, and still waiting on the funds to settle for the small account challenge. So it's going to be a $10 challenge. Very excited about that, and I know a lot of people that have seen my videos in the past look forward to that too. So pretty excited, and just one day at a time. So making sure I got my chat going on. I think I got it all kind of situated. Yesterday I closed it on accident, and I just had to write out the rest of the chat, or the rest of the day, without seeing the chat very well. Would have to like look back and forth at a different screen. So we are already making progress. Today is better. And in other news, Nvidia making some strong moves. Nice technical breakout based off of some news. So let's see. Let's see if there's anything. I wish it kind of rated like the most important, but as you can see, tons and tons of positive news, and it looks like I might be glitching a little bit right now, but it should still be coming through, so bear with me. I also know it takes a while for notifications to go out and things like that, so. And that's the end of the song. Will it continue, or do I have to go back over here? It's gonna make me do it, yes. So right now, current genre, I have reggae, mood happy. Now I am taking requests for music. I'm gonna try to keep my music monetizable today, so I'm gonna stay in here. But we can request based off of genre and mood. So there's a good mix of different things, and we can have fun with it that way. There's thousands of songs on here, and I'm telling you guys, eventually we're gonna find that perfect vibe. This is pretty chill. This is a nice way to ease into Power Hour. Some steel drums. Now it says lullaby, which is not quite upbeat enough for me right now. So let's go on to the next one. Duddy. Vibe tracks. Now we're talking. This can't disappoint. There we go. All right. Let's see if I can pull up some news about Nvidia here real quick. If anyone has any requests in regards to where things are positioned on the screen, if something's in your way, or if you want to see something else thrown up there to watch in the charts, I'm happy to help do that. Even if I haven't talked about it, you know, I'd love to take a look at it. There's so many stocks out there, obviously, and always new ones. Alright, so we are back in Seeking Alpha. I am not paying you $5, man. Well, I guess we're gonna try a different one. Bear with me. Good thing about Webull is it kind of collects all of these news articles, puts them there together. Now again, don't make all your decisions based off one news article, of course, but it does kind of help, especially if you're just trying to figure out why something's way up, like Nvidia is today. So I know it was based off of good news, but I was just trying to pull up a good article on that. Downgrade as a shareholder. I'm concerned by this growing risk. All right, enough of these seeking alpha. Why do I keep doing that? All right, Benzinga. Here's kind of a mini article. I say mini, but we'll see. You could probably click and pull up the full link. This is why I like to use Apple News, because I already have that subscription. I don't have to deal with additional paywalls. I'm also trying to keep my eye on the market here, so I have Nvidia up on the big chart. Oh, it's gonna make me close this out. Hold on. So as we can see here in regards to Nvidia, ANSS and Taiwan Semiconductor announced a successful pilot with Microsoft on Tuesday to boost the simulation and analysis of silicon photonic components. That is a mouthful. Together, they have achieved a tenfold speed up of ANSYS numerical FTTD photonics simulation via Microsoft Azure NC A100 V4 series virtual machines powered by Nvidia. So yeah, big mouthful. But long story short, Nvidia is getting put to more use, and it's going to, sell more. That's really all you need to know, right? That is what's happening with the sales. Are they moving? Are they selling more? Are they selling less? Are they flat? That's what drives the market. Keep it simple. So this is what's really driving the news. And it's no surprise, Nvidia is such a beast. Now I do wonder how AMD is pairing up against this news. So currently we have Apple, Amazon, Google, Nvidia, Tesla, and Microsoft on the screen. And where's my tunes? Gosh darn it. E-roll. I'm gonna close my eyes and scroll for a second. We'll figure this out. All right, here we go. Jaw jaw bangs. That's what we're rolling with. So let's take a look at AMD next to it. Okay. So again, we've talked about Nvidia. Excuse me. Phone call. Talking about Nvidia and AMD kind of running in sync before. But as you can see, Nvidia again outperforming AMD by a freaking landslide. So Nvidia up 4%, AMD just, up 1% and kind of chopping around. So just slightly up from where it was. Kind of following the general trend of the market. Thank you guys for coming by. I greatly appreciate you all. Hope you're having a great day. If you have a moment, please smash that like button. Truly appreciate it. If you're new here, please subscribe. Live stream every day for Power Hour. And we will be doing some trades live too. Options, stocks, all sorts of investments. Oil, corn, whatever you guys want to look at. Futures. I feel like I'm forgetting one main one. Alright, I think I'm ready to change up this music though. Alright. We're going to get serious for a minute. We need to stop clowning around here. Ambient? That's too serious. All right. You guys know I like cinematic. Now, what mood are we going with here? All right. Cinematic, inspirational. Grandpa. Oh, I still have it sorted by when it was added. So here's the newest. Patrick. Swear that's not me. Here we go. Diving in. Oh, I've played this before. Let's roll with it. It's a slow build. All right. I was thinking about getting wild and taking an NQ trade today. So looking at the brick here, and also tomorrow, I think I'm gonna pull out the Hashinaki, and we'll dive into that and its definition. And you know, just take some time to learn about it. So many tools out there. There's always new ones being developed too. But there's many that have been proven to work, you know, and so many different strategies will work for so many different people. So on this channel, we will explore them all and figure out what works best for all you guys. Strong Aladdin vibes with this one. Strong Aladdin vibes. All right. I do like it though. Now I turned the music down a little bit from yesterday. I felt like it was getting a little too loud. But you guys tell me. Maybe I need to crank it up. Maybe we just need a dance party while we're trading. Not opposed. Oh well, I like this part right here. I could see this beat get implemented. Okay, so we are bouncing. We are bouncing. Now let's take a look at SPY. See where it is. Relative. Just a little bit easier for me to look at this. I prefer it, I should say. It's really it's the same exact chart, but I just prefer this layout so I can take a look at SPY and then just kind of go back over to futures. Let's look at the 15. And we're just chopping, man. We need more volume. Currently 25 million volume. It's not enough. And you can see just we gapped up this morning, sold off all pre-market, kind of chopped up and down, all in between. Now, if we can come back down on here and break through support, I wouldn't be surprised to see a strong move back down here to that 569.50 level. So support is holding strong though. This uptrend remains intact. And next song. All right, let's go to a different artist. Brand New Baby Girl. This is a cinematic inspirational song, and I think this was misplaced based off the title. This needs to pick up real quick. Far from inspired right now, you guys. I don't know about this. I don't think Brand New Baby Girl is gonna get the room inspired at all. So let's move on. Come on, cinematic, inspirational, please. All right, give it to me, John. Patty Tucci. Man, I might have really butchered that. I'm sorry, John. Hit me with that solo bass. This is too slow. I'm taking requests for genre and mood combinations. So if you have any idea, I'll pull them up right here just so I can have an idea of what to suggest. And hopefully we get some more volume in the meantime. This solo bass is going to put me to sleep. I couldn't imagine dropping by right now. Alright. We're going to go alternative punk. We haven't checked that out. Applying mood. Dramatic. Alright, here we go. Wow, this is a short list. 6 songs for this genre. Dang, that's a new game. What genre, what combination has the least amount of songs? So far, the alternative punk dramatic genre crossing. March of the Hares. Nathan Moore. Not the biggest genre. All right. Changes to the 5. Keep an eye on NVIDIA. It's almost Christmas vibes. Definitely feels dramatic though. NVIDIA pulling back. All right, let's go over here. See if we get this pullback on here. Potential trade for ES futures coming up. I'm going to wait for that second brick to start forming here on the Renko, which could happen fast. I have learned trading Renko in the last week. Some of these bars will take, I mean, this is the 3-minute chart, and I'm not sure how to adjust the bars exactly how it's described on Investopedia. But I have noticed some of these bars will fill within seconds, and some of them take, 5-10 minutes, depending on the price action. Which we also learned some of these bricks can take months to form. And I think those should be called diamonds. All right, where were we? That's not it. This is the same song. What is this? Okay, so there's really 5 songs. All right. This is more Halloween in the Wild West vibes. Yeah? All right, support's holding. Support is holding. I need to adjust this alert though. I really want to know once it gets to 120.50. And the trumpet's going hard. All right. I just noticed L buy over here up 41%. Now we were talking cannabis stocks yesterday. Bullish sentiment across this cannabis space. Wow, 41%. That's okay. Now that makes more sense. Nothing really. Yeah, long-term investment over here. If you're looking at the cannabis sector, I am interested. I haven't checked on cruise lines. Oh, there it is. Now I know there's more cruise lines, but these are just the main ones I've been interested in. Now they aren't looking too great. $18 on Carnival. When this thing dropped during COVID, I thought it was gonna have such a sweet recovery. And it was, I mean, I made a decent trade on it for sure. I have to go to the weekly to see this. This is wild, you guys. Time flies. Time really flies. Don't waste any time. If you're watching and you've never traded, man, today's the day. Start learning. Put that time in. Figure out what works best for you. Figure out your strategy. And most importantly, don't quit. Don't give up. Don't be part of the 90% that fail because they can't do it. Not because they can't actually do it, but because they quit. So, gotta have a strong mentality. All right, on to the next here. Black Highway by Junior Tundra. And we're almost through this list. Now, maybe I should let people know when I'm live. It'd probably be wise to do. So I'm just going to share this real quick. And I'll pull this back over to Spy. See if we can get this breakout in the last 45 minutes of the day. I like this one. You know what? This is giving me a good vibe right now. I'm going to hit that star. Reminds me, hit that like button if you haven't already. Appreciate you guys. If you're not in Discord, you should be in Discord. If you have a Discord, if you don't even have one, it's all good. But it's a great place to be. Lots of people. I think there's a couple hundred people in there now. Still working on trying to get the activity back to what it once was, to be honest, because it used to be pretty lively. But because of me not posting as regular as I was, it really just kind of stopped the huge flow. But there's definitely people in there still, so lots of people willing to help or just hang out and chat. And again, great place to be, whether you want to talk stocks or gardening or skateboarding or fitness. There's a few different categories in there, so good place to be. Oh yeah, I was gonna look into CMPO because himself from Discord was talking about it. He said 108% short float, which is very extreme. If you're not aware, you shouldn't be able to short a stock more than 100%, but it does happen. GameStop being a prime example. So I wanted to take a look at that on here. So CMPO, before I forget, let's just pull that up now. Also, let's get this music going, huh? All right, 2 songs left. If you have any requests for genre or mood, let me know. I am your DJ today. All right, looking at CMPO, let's take a look at a broader chart. Oh, wow. Maybe a daily would be better. Big gap up from August. I am curious if when so I think you can pull up the short interest here. I don't know how accurate this is. Now I do have some other sources. I'll try to look in that way too. Oh, there it is. And I know there's also a delay. So this was as of August 30th. And another thing to know, I'm not sure how much I really trust it. So August 30th there. So that is, let's see, let's put this up here. Wow, I don't even have news over here. I haven't even fully set up this screen for the stream, so one stream at a time, if I can talk. We're making progress here, you guys. Truly appreciate all of you guys. Hope you're having a great day. Whoa. As I almost knock my computer off the table. Alright. So, back to CMPO. If we can gather some intel here. Now, short interests. Did this shrink? You know, this should be moved down here. If I don't freeze my computer. Alright. There we go. That's how I would organize that. Short interest, very high on August 30th. Now looking at the charts. I don't need AMC on here, gosh darn it. No. Wrong. Alright, CMPO. August 30th, I think it started to run. Got some relatively neutral news. Let's see here. Positive, neutral. Now, I wouldn't expect Webull to say if it was over. Let's see. 10,136,000. Now, let's take a look at the company. And I don't... Market cap 1 billion. Interesting. Maybe I can find an article. Or if one of you guys know, let me know. But CMPO reportedly high short interest of 108%. So I'm trying to just find some confirmation. Oh man, come on. As soon as the music stops, I swear I can hear my brain trying to work. All right. Excuse me. The Contractor General by Silent Partner. Last one on this list, so I'm going to switch up the genre and mood next. Still getting over a little cold here. I feel good, but it's more of the residuals. CMPO. I was gonna look it up on my phone, but maybe I'll just do it on my computer like a real streamer, huh? Alright. And again, SPY is just bouncing around here, chopping around for the whole entire last half hour. And we are riding this uptrend. We'll see how well it holds. This is the trend we drew out yesterday on stream. It's still within it. And kind of following the top of that downtrend as we through that yesterday too, but you can see it's falling along pretty well. And we hit a all-time high after hours, so you know there is definitely some room to the upside to go, and we'll see. I think this week could see 575. What day? I don't know. If we get another couple more choppy days, it'd be annoying, but we need more volume to see better action. You know, Nvidia seeing some good moves, but it is starting to sell off right now. So that is going to put some weight on the market. Not going to help SPY run any. So we shall see. It could also bounce here. This is the 21 moving average based off the 15-minute chart. And let's just take a look at the hour chart while we're looking at moving averages. So well above the 200, the 50, the 21, with strong support, you know, being basically where it took off from. So strong technical break right there. So the 15-minute support lines is what you're going to want to watch for in the short term and see if we can hold on here. So I'm going to move my alert here. Now all I have to do is pay attention and know when my alert goes off. And I have a watch and a phone. And you know, sometimes you still don't even hear them go off. But once I feel a breakthrough, I'll try to come back to it. Hopefully that gives me enough space. I don't want to get a false alert. So yeah, I'm going to look for that break below this candle here. Now let's see if SPY holds, because if that breaks through on Nvidia, I do expect a downside move on SPY. You know, nothing guaranteed, but I would expect a bounce probably on the 200 based off the 15-minute charts. All right, back to the music. Oh wow, so we just went through this whole list. And we got to switch up the genre. So we were just alternative punk. I was going to say what's the far end, but that's rock. That's not much different. We'll go dance and electronic. You know, not my first go-to. Mood. Let's go calm. Calm dance music. Very contradictory. All right. How many songs we got? It usually shows them right here, but this won't go away. Am I missing something? Oh, 56 songs. All right, so the last search brought us 6, but really 5 because there's a dupe in there. So here we go. Observer by Diala. Diala? That's what we're working with now. So any recommendations for the genre and mood, I'm happy to oblige. Bringing out the big words today. I used to always get the word of the day, which was fun, and I think I need to get back on that. I think that'd be a good move. Couple words that I learned from that I'll never forget. Flummadiddle, which means nonsense, which is, you know, it's almost whatever. What are those words that are what they sound like? You know what I'm saying? Hopefully not. Hopefully you know what I'm saying, or I just sound retarded. But yeah. And the next word that I remember, and I used to use it a lot, actually it started to catch fire. So if this ever came across your path, it might have been because of me. Tenderfoot. It's basically an old insult cowboys used to use to call people cowards or you know, basically that. People that weren't brave. It was just an insult, and I thought it was the funniest thing, man. Came across Tenderfoot, and the irony of that is I broke my foot like a year later skateboarding. Yeah. Pretty crazy. Who has the tenderfoot now? This guy. Still walking on that scar today. Still skate though. Won't stop. But yeah, pretty funny. And also, fun fact, same doctor that did my surgery like 6 years ago now, just did surgery on my sister's foot last Monday. So she is healing up right now. So wishing her the best recovery. Shout out, Lacey. Yeah, pretty crazy though, right? Small world. And when he did my foot surgery, it was the first time he performed that kind of foot surgery. I don't know how much you guys really care about all this. Maybe one day I'll share pictures in Discord or something, because I, man, not okay for YouTube probably. Um, I kind of forgot what I was saying because I was looking at the market. But yeah. Oh, the surgery when it was performed. Okay, back to that. Back to the doctor. So it's his first time doing this, and they did it on the bottom of my foot, which, I'm not a foot doctor, but it didn't sound like a good idea, but I'm just going with the flow, really. And then when I heard from other people that have had that surgery from other doctors, they all got it on the side. You know what I'm saying? On the side of their foot, so they weren't stepping on the scar. And the scar drives me nuts. To this day, it still hurts. So that is frustrating. I don't know what the deal was with that. Maybe he thought it would be better, but it was pretty crazy. They had to go in, take a bone out, or yeah, take the whole bone out because it was like a small bone that I broke into two pieces. And when I first got my X-ray, they're like, "Oh, you'll be fine. It'll heal. We'll put you in a boot for a while." And actually, the first X-ray, they said nothing was wrong. We'll just put you in a boot for a while. They didn't see anything. And then 6 months later, they're like, "Oh, this is broken. So you're gonna actually have to have surgery, if it doesn't heal. So we'll try the boot longer. And then if that doesn't work in like 3 or 4 months, then you will have surgery." And so that's what ended up happening, which is, man, a little frustrating to have to go through all that when I could have just got the surgery. That was inevitable. Like there was no going around it. The bone was separated. It was too far apart to go back together. So they had to go in there and like cut the tendon, which is insane, and then take the bone out, and then snip the tendon back together. And so for so long, it was like just, I mean, still like trying to move my foot correctly. I thought I wouldn't be able to like skate to the ability that I could before, or do anything really, run, jump, anything like I could before. But I can definitely. The range of motion still, like I can't grab like I used to, which is so frustrating. But at first I couldn't do it at all, and it's just the craziest thing when your mind's telling your body to do something, and your body just doesn't even budge. It's a total mind fuck. And yep, I just swore. I think I'm far enough into the stream right now where I'm good. And this isn't for children, obviously, but yeah, it's crazy, crazy. But your body is amazing, and if you put your mind to it, on top of it, that's what makes things happen. I could have easily just been like, well, I can't ever skate again. My foot is messed up. It hurts to walk all the time. So how could I ever be jumping down anything or doing anything like that? And one of my biggest fears was landing what you call primo on the board sideways and you land on the wheels. Totally hurts your feet really bad. But I'm fine. Your body does adapt, but it is frustrating. I feel like that whole part didn't even be necessary. I feel like I could have got the surgery. Still had some of the mobility issues without the scar. The scar is really my problem right now. Um, but yeah, enough about me. How are you guys doing, huh? It is Tuesday. We got 21 minutes left on the day, and I am just hoping for some good price action. At some point, I really do want to start doing morning streams. I think I say that every day, because here we are again in the chop, and we could have been, seeing some big moves if I was streaming for the first part. So it is hard for me though. Do have kids, got to get them to school and whatnot. So that is the tricky part. So I don't know, when I do stream at market open or pre-market at all, it's not gonna be as a consistent thing as the power hour streams. But hey, at least I can do the power hour streams and we can have fun from there and do the challenges too, which I'll, even if I'm not making the trade during the stream because the price action just sucks, we can still cover, how I made it and go over it in more depth than I used to be able to do just making the video. So, yeah, waiting for the funds to settle, doing a $10 options challenge, either starting tomorrow or the next day. We'll see. And I'm excited about that. Still getting comments to this day on some of those original challenge videos that people, watch, and it motivates you guys, and it is exciting because if you don't know what you don't know what you don't know. And a lot of people think that you need a lot of money to trade in options and aren't willing to even risk what they believe is what they need to start with. When in reality, I mean, you can learn with zero money in paper trading, and then you can start with $10 and actually dabble in the stock market. And people just don't know that. On the streams already, this is stream number 10, we've seen some huge options plays. I made one video of one that ran 12,000%. And it was actually a position that I'd sold earlier in the day that ran, which was frustrating. But that's all part of the game too, and it's exciting. Let that excite you, because that was something that went from like $3, $2 or $3 to a few $100s all in one day. So the sky's the limit, man, and base hits add up. So just be patient. If you blow up your account, save up your money, start again. Don't give up. If you need to take a break, that's okay. That's something I do encourage. Sometimes you need to walk away for a little bit, whether it's in the same day or if you just need a few days off. But don't walk too far away. Keep your head in the game. Even if you're not trading, it's good just to open up the market, take a look at it, think about what you might have done, and then kind of go from there. Because the more time you spend with your head out of the game, the kind of longer it takes to get back into the full swing of it. So just being consistent obviously helps, but again, breaks are important too if you need to take them. And a lot of the time, you do need to take them. If you're trading every day, for sure. Even if you're on a winning streak, it's a good idea to take a little break because you can get a little too hot. It definitely can happen. I have a video of 20 plus green days in a row, and if that kept up, I'd be in the hundreds. But you have red days. That's all part of trading. What really matters is how you react from those red days. Do you learn from them? Think about what you could have done different, and most importantly, don't give up. Don't be part of that major majority of people that will look back in the past. Whether you're watching this now and you're 20 or you're 60, it doesn't matter. So much can change in a year financially. Even if you're just buying and holding SPY, I mean, the returns on SPY year over year are incredible. So even if you just want to spend $5,000, $10,000 of your retirement account that's spread wherever else, if you're not holding SPY, you're definitely making a mistake, in my opinion. And I'm not a financial advisor. Let me make that clear. I know it's down below. I don't want to keep saying that all the time, but those are my thoughts after trading for six plus years now. Wait, yeah. 2018. So like April, May of 2018 is around when I got started. And back when I started, I was trading penny stocks, man. And that is a whole different hustle. I would love to go down that road with you guys though. I know some of you guys watching still trade penny stocks to this day, and it's fun, but in my opinion, it's just a lot more work than finding a stock or like this that you can get used to and kind of find the trends that work, rather than going through scanners every day trying to find one that's running and ride the wave that way. But hey, whatever strategy's working for you, go with it. And it's always good to learn other strategies. Absolutely. But penny stocks can be fun. I remember making my first 10 cents trading penny stocks. I was so happy. Man, that was on break at work. So with an app, with a Webull app, I actually started trading around the same time Webull launched. So I don't make money from Webull. I know it might sound like I'm just like a fanboy of them sometimes. But I just like them. I've tried all the platforms, probably 90% of them at least. And this is what I find that I like the most. It's the most fluid across Macs and desktops, or Windows, I should say, sorry. And then the apps, and they've just gotten better year over year. Everything used to be free. The level 2 used to be free back when I first started, and then they changed it, for the options, maybe even for this. But now I think it's like $3. But when it started, everything was free, man. It was crazy. And people just weren't paying enough attention, didn't trust it, and I think Robinhood put a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. And also, I'm sure there was mass propaganda against the smaller platforms that were offering free trading, or low commission. Ultimately, there's, I think, 7 cents commission that is unavoidable. But they might have even been eating that bullet at first too. So pretty wild. They really shook up the game, and I just happened to be starting around that same time. So yeah, depending on what year you were born, I guess you might be trading with TS Trader or Fidelity. If I had to guess, I would guess Fidelity is probably the oldest generation of trading. It's one of the longest, if not the oldest. I think it's the biggest. I don't know what is the oldest. That's another time we can look that up. But we are watching SPY build support, and here's some order book. This should pull up over here, but there it goes. So I won't be trading it, but right now you could get a 571 call for $10, $11. If this wants to run, you could see this thing just absolutely freaking rip. So if you're new to trading, this is definitely something I recommend doing, is just picking a option like this and just watch it. Something within your budget that you think you'd be willing to take a whack at. And keep in mind, this is 0 day till expire with 14 minutes left on the day. It doesn't get much riskier than this. This thing's either going to go to $0 in the next 13 minutes, or it's going to run 100, 500%, in my opinion. So we'll see what happens. I'm just going to keep it up. And I know I keep knocking it off the screen. But if SPY starts to rip, or if it even has one big pop, what I would do is just take profit on there. Set a stop loss if you can. And the way to do that on Webull is a little different. I have a couple videos on that though that seem to have helped a lot more people than I expected. I just knew that I was having issues figuring it out at first, and there was just weird workarounds with it that weren't quite obvious. But yeah, I recommend using the stop loss, especially right now, because like I said, this thing's gonna go to 0 or run at least 100%, most likely. But also, if we stay within this chop zone, it's just gonna ping around here, and it probably won't move much. So be careful. Watch for that move to happen. You don't need to be the first one in there. Now let's go over to futures. We are looking at ES, MES. Actually trading ES over here. So these charts are the same as you would expect to see on SPY over on the other page. And also, let me bring up the iPad so you guys can see. Whoa, I'm gonna change AMD out for SPY. If there's anything you guys want down below, just let me know. Be happy to put it in one of these charts. So hey, we want to see SPY breaking out here. Lots of resistance. The all-time high was after hours at 571.41, and we are only about 60 cents away from that, with a strong resistance at 571. Just gonna set this alert right at the top of these bars. I know it's probably really small on your screen. And we are watching the Renko bricks. Now what I've been trying to do is wait for a couple to build before I hop in. Now we are 1.5 breaking through support. So I'm gonna pay close attention right here. Again, we are running out of time on the day. 10 minutes left, but we could be setting up for a nice little pop. So let's see what happens. Up 265 on the day. Yesterday I was up a similar amount, and then finished the day off up only $60 because I was trying to force a trade in today just because I want to make trades live. So that part was a little frustrating. But I kept myself from going green to red, which is ultimately the worst thing you can do. So up 265 on the day. And let's see how this contract's doing over here. So still ping-ponging around $10, $11. Oh, and it's starting to move now. So you'd be up if you got in at 10. You could have got out at 14, 40% profit. But you can see how much it's whipping around right now. So be careful. Be very, very careful. And just like that, I would have got out immediately as soon as I would have been right here ready to sell, just like this. I would have had it, probably at 13 or 14. Place order, and now it might not pop. Yeah, it doesn't let me. But I would have the order up and ready, up and at 'em, and I would sell. I'd keep a close eye on the order book and be ready to sell. But there you go. It's still jumping around, so you know, you could also take profit and then watch it run to the freaking moon, which is all part of the game. Um, but you know, this was just a good example, another trade where you could have made a nice 30% gain with a small account, with a $10 account. And this was a high risk trade though, but high risk, high reward, and it is still playing out. 9 minutes to go. And you know, again, strong resistance at 571, but this thing could certainly do it. The market wants 571. It told me this morning. I said, all right, well, I'll believe it when I see it. Gosh darn it, I keep flipping out of there. Trying to keep that order book up. Let me lock this. All right, there we go. I want to see this thing run. Don't know what happened to the music. Sorry. Just gonna scroll to the bottom. What we got here? Ooh, Final Fantasy. Let's go with that. This is too slow. For this time of day, calm mood is not the way. That does not mean to rhyme. Alright, we need let's go angry. Let's get aggressive with it. Come on. Angry dance? The angry dance music, you guys. Get ready to dance your ass off. It is coming in. I'm telling you. French Fuse doesn't miss. Now, I've never heard this before. So I'm putting a lot on the line here. Don't let me down, French. Need some bass drops. Need some fast beats. Picking up. Okay. I think the market can hear it, man. Come on, push. There it goes. Oh. Oh. Got the 15-second chart right down here. Ah, I see I'm glitching a little bit. Hopefully it's still working for you guys. It's working for me. Come on. There it is. I want to go to futures, but I don't want to chase, and I also don't want to leave the screen. Ooh. So volatile. Only 20 cents away for this contract to be in the money. Keep that in mind. High risk, high reward. What's up, James? Glad you're loving it, man. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. Now, I thought my chat was up so I could read it, but apparently I can't see the bottom of it. Oh, that ain't right. We already went through that. The old FOMC summary. Come on. Bitcoin just hit 64. Interesting. Now, to be honest, I don't know what it was at earlier. That's really only relevant if you knew. Now, there is the flush that you don't want to be in. So again, this is why I would have got in at 10 and out on that first pop to 14. Because the more time that passes, the smaller that pop is really going to be unless you see an explosion. On the flip side, if you were in a put right here, this thing would have just printed. Now 571 puts on the other side. Let's see. And the 571 puts. Went from 22 to 60. Oh, not as impressive as I thought it was going to be honest. These probably were worthless, though. Also, I know that the puts were more expensive. So that is probably why you're not seeing as nice of a move right there. Chopping around. So 571's back to 6-7. Now, hopefully no one was buying this and they sold it here for a loss. Hopefully no one got in at 10 and sold at 4. But if you did, I've been there before. Don't beat yourself up. It's all part of the learning process. That's just the hard way to learn. But sometimes that's what works best. All right, so let's go to the next artist. Cat shat in the box. Now that is angry. That's an angry cat. I don't know how I feel about that. Hi, Katie. All right, this is cat shat in the box. Whoa. All right, the song's going pretty hard. These 571 calls hanging on for dear life. Was anyone holding those? Back to break even if you got in at 10. That's a ride right there. Or you could have just bought that dip. Bought that dip at 4 or 5. You could have bought that at 5 and been up 100% in about a minute and a half. 2.5 minutes left on the day. Will anything happen? I got the 15-second right here. Ah. Let me lock this before I start messing around. Now let's just pull up the SPY chart. Minute SPY chart. Still in this uptrend, but resistance is strong. Market does not want to pay you for these 571 calls. What's the volume on these? 10,000. And by volume, I meant open interest, so sorry if that was confusing. All right, there it is, 11. Oof. Now a minute and a half left in the day. And the 571 puts, for comparison, have 3,000 open interest, so that just gives you the general market consensus. Oh. Motion light. I would think I'm moving enough, but I guess I'm not. There it is. All right, what's going on here with the music? Next artist, Dan hit. I don't know. I ain't saying that. Nice try. All right, Baba. All right, here we are at 12. Let's run. Come on. There it goes. 14. How much room we got? Oh, there it is. 16. It's exciting when you see it starting to skip numbers. 17, 18, 20, 21, 23. Damn, that's a pop. 30, 32, 33. Wow, all the way back down to 20 in a blink. 25, 30. Love that volatility. There you guys see. You could have just went up 300% in a day in about a couple minutes. And I'd like to take some credit because I think the music is what really brought the music back to life. Brought the market back to life. Yeah. That was a nice technical breakout right there. Going into closing. New all-time high, I think. technically. We are in. Oh, that was in open hours. Beautiful. Love to see it. There you guys go. Another day. So even when I'm not making a trade, I'd love to help you guys find good opportunities. And this 571 call in today just printed 300% from what you could have got in. But ultimately, we saw it hit a low of 4 or 5. So that thing could have ran, what, 600% or so, depending on when you got in. Beautiful trade right there. And these happen basically every day as long as there's a move, you know. Can't guarantee a move quite as good as that, of course. But there's always options to moves for 100% moves every day. Whether it's a $5 contract going from 5 to 10 or 4 to 8, whatever it might be. Even if it's something weak like 2 to 4, which is harder, you're going to need to see a bigger move. But there's moves every day. You just got to be ready for them. And the only way to do that is to do exactly like we just did here on stream. Pull it up on here. Get it ready. Watch it. Watch the order book. Make sure you have level 2. If you don't, you know, you're at a disadvantage 100%. And you can see why. If the market is slowly creeping up to a point where it wants to explode like it was, you can just watch these numbers shrink, and just try to get in, you know, with that best entry. Yeah. That was a solid pump, James. Solid way to end the day. Gotta love that. Alright, this music is, now that the market's closed, it seems a bit excessive. Let's see what we got. Now we need some after hours music, so let's change it all up. Pop, that's not that different, I guess. Country? Not really country, man. We'll go classical. Classic, happy classic. This is classic happy music right here. Blue ribbons. Now this genre has 42. I don't know if we're gonna beat 6. That was an all-time low. This is pretty upbeat, I guess, huh? Alright, so for tomorrow, what I'll be looking for... Man, imagine if you got in here and paper handed it at 4. Ah, that would hurt. Thanks, James. Appreciate it. Always trying to set some kind of good vibes here. But yeah, you could have paper handed this and really regretted it. And that might have been me if I was in it. Who knows? Well, ultimately, I probably would have got in at 10 out of 14. But depending on how much buying power you have, you know, you could have bought a couple at 10 or one at 10, and then averaged back in when it was at 5, which would have been a very risky and high risk, high reward situation. So you would have averaged around 7 or 8 and been able to easily peel one off at 20, hold that other one, and try to let it run. So yeah. Great situation for a small account right there. And just this is an easy trade for a big account. The smaller your account is, the harder it's going to be to trade. It's going to teach you patience, make you really wait for those good setups like that. And you know, ultimately make you a better trader. And you can just scale up from, you know, start with one contract, work your way on up. Or you can work your way up the ladder of the order book. Or not the order book, of the options book. You know, you start trading out here, eventually your account grows and you're trading, you know, in the money, at the money, whatever you're comfortable with, depending on your risk reward that you're willing to work with. So that is all I have for the day. Thank you guys so much. Please smash that like button. I greatly appreciate it. Lots more streams to come. And tomorrow I'm going to try to dive into the Heikenhashi candle, see if we can learn a bit about that, because you know, I don't know much about it. We've been trading with the Renko over here on futures, and that has been working out pretty well. I like how simple it is. Man, so we missed a nice trade on futures, but I'm glad you guys got to see on the option side. But anyways, that's all I have for the day. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Hope you're staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow.